So yeah, I've been cautious to weigh in on this one. I've been listening to a lot of chatter coming from the government, opposition benches, the BBC, LBC radio, listening to a bit of Peter Hitchens on the subject. Let's deal with the obvious, just my opinion, of course. The Russians are behind the nerve agent attack on the streets of Salisbury on Sergei Skripal and Yulia, his daughter, who are both still critically ill in hospital. The attack has the Russian state's fingerprints on it. Having said that, I don't think it's productive to go around lambasting those who have offered their caution on this issue, saying things like, let's wait for the facts to emerge and let's not get carried away with speculation. I don't agree with the talking heads in their condemnation of Jeremy Corbyn, as they say he's failed to take a strong enough stance. What he has said is evidence points towards Russia on this, but he's also drawn parallels to the Iraq War somewhat, saying clear thinking in an international crisis could be overwhelmed by emotion and hasty judgment. And so he was accused by one of his own backbenchers, actually, of muddying the waters. I don't think so. No. Corbyn is a much maligned figure in British politics. If you want to know what the guy thinks about this or that, get it from the horse's mouth, not, as many people do, get it from second-hand right-wing populist media outlets which unfortunately still have a large influence in this country. The tabloids basically led a smear campaign against him in the lead up to last year's general election, but it failed. Labour did way better than expected. Jeremy Corbyn, I like him. Yeah. Further to the left than me, of course. He's a socialist, I'm not. But he and John McDonnell, as politicians in this country go, they're high up, in my mind, as men of principles, not bought and paid for, not con men, unlike some, not flag-waving idiots trying to stoke the fires of hatred. Now, Corbyn is being criticised for saying we still have to do business with Putin, which, to me, is a statement of the obvious. You can't simply ignore him and hope he'll go away. Russia is a player on the international stage, like it or not. Corbyn also said he'd challenge Putin on human rights if he was Prime Minister, as he should. In Corbyn's own words, Russia is a huge country that suffered more than anyone else in the Second World War, and we have to recognise that there has to be a relationship with Russia. Robust, yes. Assertive, yes. Demanding, yes. But there has to be a relationship. So yeah, a statesman-like approach, as Chris Williamson MP has already said. For those people on the extremes of the political spectrum, talking a whole lot of bullshit about Israeli or CIA involvement in the Salisbury attack, to you I say, please return to your Illuminati or Prince William is the Antichrist videos. Go back to the sandpit and let the grown-ups talk about actual political goings-on. The Kremlin must love some of these conspiracy nutters, people who will believe just about anything at all. No theory too wild or too far-fetched. That's great for Putin. That's muddying the water when enough idiots believe Mossad done did this one. Or was it ISIS, perhaps? Or maybe it was a rebel group of British Remainers looking to destabilise the Brexit process? Or was it shape-shifting reptilians from Davos 9 in the Horsehead Nebula? No, it was the Russians, mate.